But today, for my stream marker, today we're going to be doing collectibles in Whitechapel because it's the only place that I've completely liberated that I have not gotten all the collectibles for. We are still missing a glitch here in the Thames, and I have a feeling it's like around the edge of the border because I swear I read something somewhere that it won't appear on the map. So I keep telling myself this, and you think I would just go and try. Hey, Nikki's playing Peek. You think I would just go and try to look for it, but instead I've left that to be future Troya's problem. Yeah, we got all the ones in Lambeth minus these little like photography things. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Just kidding. I'm missing a shit ton of collectibles in Southwark. Whoops. I have no idea why I decided Whitechapel. I guess because I liberated it first. Why did I pick Whitechapel at the end of yesterday's stream? Today's Tuesday. You got your rival skin? Which one? Right now I'm saving up for the new Cloak and Dagger one. I let myself get one skin per battle pass. And for this season's battle pass, I'm gonna get Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. I guess I'm doing Whitechapel. I have no idea why I picked Whitechapel instead of Southwark, but whatever. The Twitch one? Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, y'all tied it. Well, I'm breaking the tie. We played as Evie yesterday. We'll play as Jacob today. But I will let you guys pick what he wears really quickly. We already got all his stuff. Weapons. Make sure we're maxed out. No, I definitely want lethality for him. Alright, so we'll leave the weapon he has now then. Is this craftable? I don't have the schematic. I knew that. Wait. Let's see. I can craft this. Just kidding. I'm missing a dinosaur talon. What the fuck? That's so okay. Outfits. Alright, chat. This item must be crafted. It says craftable. Okay, I actually can craft it. Just craft. We're not going to equip it. I'm going to give you guys a number range, and the first number I see in chat is which one we do. Oh, wait. I also don't have this one crafted, but I can't craft it anyway. So, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Guys, pick a number 1 through 12, and that will be which outfit we wear today. Without spending money. Dude, same. That's like me right now, but with the Cloak and Dagger skin. I don't plan on streaming Rivals this week. So I unfortunately can't show up. This whole week, like, except for tomorrow, because tomorrow's my Okay, well, tomorrow's my D&D day, but my friends and I are doing Drunk Repo. So I don't know if we're streaming our perspectives of that. I'm pretty sure we're not streaming. But even if we were, I think I probably wouldn't stream it. Just because this whole week is going to be Assassin's Creed themed. 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are wearing Ezio. I'm already wearing this outfit. We're going to skip to the next one. Edward. Which, yeah. And this one obviously doesn't have colors. Whoa, look at that blue. Years and tool upgrades. Alright. But yeah, so this whole week is just gonna be themed Assassin's Creed because Sunday is my finale stream for this game. And in order to, you know, celebrate that finale stream, I want to be able to do, like, all Assassin's Creed. So we're skipping Nintendo Saturday this week. I know, I'm sorry. We skipped it last week, too, because I had to play, I didn't have to play, sorry. I was out of town on a convention, so, unfortunately, did not, oh, I have no money. Okay, well, then we're done with the upgrades for now. Anywho, yeah, I went to a convention over the weekend, so obviously we didn't stream on Saturday, and then I did stream Sunday and Friday, but Saturday I just came home too late, and I was just not comfortable streaming, and I had to wake up early Saturday, so I really wasn't comfortable streaming. But what I might be comfortable streaming this week, because I don't exactly have to go to bed early or anything, we could do Pocopia. Oh no, because I can play Pocopia for hours. We could do 2 hours of Assassin's Creed and then switch to 2 hours of Pocopia. To keep the Assassin's Creed thing going. Oh wait, didn't I come this way because of the train? I genuinely have no idea. I really can't remember. Well, anywho. I don't know. Nah, we could just skip Hokopia this week. It's alright. I promise we won't, like, continuously be skipping Nintendo Saturdays. It's just this week because it's the finale of Assassin's Creed Syndicate on Sunday, and I don't want to break my momentum of, like, streaming Syndicate every day, and then, oh, yeah, Hokopia, and then back to Syndicate. I don't know why. I just don't want to. So, I hope you guys are okay with that. But, yeah. Well, at the same time, it also could be a break. Oh, but a break before the finale, but at the same time, the finale is the last time I'm going to be playing it. So, like, do I really need a break? I don't know. I'm rambling. Rambling about nothing important. You know what? We'll just go live with what I fucking feel like it. You guys will just see it when I go live. Yeah, that's this weekend. And then Monday we'll start the Chronicles games. Probably start with China. I think it's China, Russia, India is the order, but don't quote me on that. We will fucking Google it later. But yeah. Oh, I didn't jump high enough. Oh, I zipped so far away. Wait, go back. Whee. Yeah, I don't know what order specifically we're gonna play them in. I keep wanting to think that China comes first, but I still missed. Whatever. Yeah, we'll be streaming those games, and that I will definitely be taking a break on Saturdays for Pokopia, because we're gonna be grinding the fuck out of those games. Finally. How's the day going? The day be good, to be honest. Work was an average amount of busy. Not too busy, but also, like, I finished my morning work, and I was able to write, because I like to work on my book, like, while I'm at work, when I have nothing to do. Because there's, like, transitional periods of when we have work, and, if I finish all my morning work, I get to write, so today I got to write for, like, an hour. Then, in the afternoon, I finished my work at 4, but then a fax came in, and I had to go do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take my 15-minute break. And then just as I'm about to go take, like, I finished the fax exactly at 4. It was right before 4 that I got the fax, right? Oh, you know, I haven't restocked in a while. I see a shop, I'm gonna go do that. So, whatever, I get the fax, and I do it, and then it's 4 o'clock, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna take my 15-minute break. That gives me 45 minutes to write before, you know, the day ends. My work day ends at 5. Then I get asked, oh, whose turn is it to do this? I don't know if I'm allowed to share it. I think I can. I think it's fine. Protection orders. We work in a rotation on who files them, or who does the paperwork for them. I won't go into more detail, obviously. One, not to talk too much about my job, but also just because, well, those are private matters, the protection orders. But anyways, so, I'm on rotation to do the protection orders this week, so it's me and 2 other people. And my coworker just goes up to me and he goes, oh, Troya, do you know whose turn it is? And I was like, it's mine, I haven't done one today. Because normally, you know, we'll share the load of who does it, you know, we'll rotate who does the paperwork, but very few had come in today. Both of my coworkers had already done the other ones. So when the paper one came in, I was like, me, I'll take it. So then I fudging took the paperwork, and it took me 30 minutes to do because they had all this extra paperwork filed with it that I didn't need, but I can't get rid of it because, like, I did need... Okay, I didn't need it, but another department could use that information, and it might make it useful for them. But, like, I didn't need it. So, it's just like, ugh. And it took me, like, 30 minutes to do that. It was 4:30. And by then, whatchamacallit? Oh, well, first, I didn't even take my 15-minute break, which, that's not, like, that big a deal. I don't really care if I don't take it. So, but I quickly ran to the bathroom, came back, did the paperwork for that, and then fucking, I was like, okay, cool, I can write. And I only get 30 minutes. I wrote, like, maybe 200 words in that time. Because I was also, like, thinking about lore stuff. Oh, the game just lagged for a second there. Oh, game is really lagging right now. Oh, do I have something? Hold on. What do I have open in the background? Let's look really quickly. Task manager. What is taking up all the memory? Why is the Steam client taking up more than OBS? Oh, I know why. Pause. I have fudging, whatchamacallit, running in the background. Wallpaper engine. I'm assuming that's what it is. Because if not, why the fuck is Steam taking up so much stuff? Okay, hopefully that worked. So anywho, the TLDR of my rant was that my day was good, but then, you know, I could have done more writing, and then my coworker was like, haha, here, work. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I can't believe they're making me do work at my job. That's ridiculous. I get paid to sit there and look pretty. I don't get paid to work. Psh. Can you guys believe this? Disclaimer, I do in fact get paid to do work. I do not just sit around and look pretty. While I am very good at that, that is not what I get paid to do. That's the end of your Troya disclaimer. Yeah, I work at a courthouse for context. I can talk about what I did at my last courthouse. I'm never comfortable with what I specifically do in whatever courthouse I'm working in at the time. This is the second courthouse I've moved to, and I probably will keep jumping from courthouse to courthouse depending on where I end up living over the years. But I'm pretty happy at this one, so we'll just see where the future takes me. But at my last courthouse, I did what was called first appearance hearings, which basically was when you get arrested. Dottie, get the fuck away from my Ethernet cable. Hey, come here. Thank you. Sorry, I just look over and she was suspiciously hanging out where the cable, and she's a cable chewer, so. Yep, you're a little shit. Anywho, so basically, if you don't know what first appearance means, so you're Matt Murdock. No, I'm not a lawyer. I could never go to fucking law school. I am interested of being a paralegal because you just need an associate's degree for that, so essentially 2 years of college, and you essentially get to do the grunt paperwork of everything. You don't actually, and I believe you can go to court for like observation, but you don't actually have to do any of the work of a fucking lawyer. And while most people might think that sounds boring or that sucks, for me, I love being the paperwork. So you're Karen Pate. Okay. But I love doing like the grunt work because it's so less stressful. Judges make me so nervous. I've been working with the same judge for about a year before I moved over here. So I loved like her and had no nerves around her or any like judges that came in, like if she had the day off or whatever and someone came in to replace her, I was like comfortable with them because I was really comfortable with the job. But whenever I have to meet a new judge, I always get so nervous. Oh, the chest is inside, isn't it? So like I don't want to be a lawyer. I'd be so nervous the entire fucking time. Hell no, that's too much work. Also, I don't want to go to 8 years of fucking law school. Hell no. No offense to anybody who does do that. I've never liked school, and I don't want to force myself into debt for a fucking career. I don't, you know, I hate lawyers. As someone who's worked with them for the last, oh, I unlocked the color green, guys. As someone who's worked, like, very intimately with lawyers over the last 3-ish years, yeah, no, that's a hard pass from me. I don't like lawyers. District attorneys, state attorneys, fucking private, public defenders. I hate them all each for their own reasons. They said something about a lawyer. Mad Murdock, a Daredevil game. That would be interesting. Also, interesting that they picked Matt over. You think they would? Well, no, because they recently did. Well, no, it wasn't Insomniac that made the Avengers game, but I doubt they would want to make an Avengers game after the fiasco of the last one. But I also think they would probably want to do more world building before, excuse me, jumping into that. I'm trying to think what other hero. Well, yeah, because they could do Hell's Kitchen, and you could have not guest appearances, but like side characters be, you know, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and then, you know, the fucking Defenders. But not as the Defenders. Yeah, you got the introductory, excuse me, characters. Who else? Who would you guys... 2027, 2028? So who would you guys want to see get a solo hero game next? For me, DC-wise, I would love... Still waiting on that fucking Wonder Woman game that got canceled. Like, hello. Opportunity right there. But yeah, the Wonder Woman game got fucking canned, so I would want to see that. But for besides Wonder Woman, I definitely think... God, because they could do so good with that. Not a Bat Family game, just because you know, as much as I love Batman, I do also love the rest of the DC universe and would like other heroes to get attention. Who deserves a solo game like they did with the Arkham games, or like Insomniac has done with Batman? Superman is kind of an obvious one, but I'm trying to think of characters or groups that we wouldn't typically see. A Green Lantern game would be interesting, but I'm not sure how well that would be developed gameplay-wise, because the whole thing of a Green Lantern is you can create anything. So how would that work in a video game? You would have, what, set items that you could create? You wouldn't really be able to create anything. You probably see why no one's really tried to push that idea too much. Flash would be interesting, especially because you could lean a little bit towards Batman in that sense of he is a, you know, a scientist, or what is it, a CSI? I think he's a crime tech person. You know, he's super smart. He does investigative work. You know, so you could definitely integrate that into levels. But gameplay-wise, you know, running around at super speed all the time would be something. Unless it's a button you would trigger for it. Blade or Flash? Blade would, yeah, Blade. I like the idea of Blade getting his own game for Marvel. For Marvel, there's a dozen. Okay, I hit a tree. For Marvel, there's a dozen options. Like, without hesitation, I could name Iron Man, fucking, oh, hold on. Grabbing my dog. What? No, Mama, get it. Grab my arm. Thank you. Hello, welcome to the stream, Mama. What you got? Sorry, Iron Man. Punisher getting his own game would be interesting. Obviously it would be a shooter, but I could definitely see a shooter with Batman-like combat. When you got hand-to-hand combat, excuse me. Doctor Strange getting his own game would be interesting. That one would definitely do better than the Green Lantern one, because you would have set spells, and I feel like it would be a lot easier to do that than to do a Green Lantern game where you can create anything, but oh, it's a video game, so you're limited. You can't create anything. Gosh, I'm really trying to think in DC besides Wonder Woman. Like, obviously the potential, like the Wonder Woman game, like, was already there. They had it. I don't know what the fuck happened that it got canceled. I don't know if it's because James Gunn took over and he, you know, he wants to do something different, or if it's because just Warner Brothers or whoever the fuck, I think it was Warner Brothers developing it, right? But who at DC deserves a solo game? Well, we could, I definitely could trust Rocksteady to do a Justice League game. Honestly, their designs, Wonder Woman, I love her. Not a fan of the outfit they gave her. What was it that I didn't like? Hold on. Sorry, really quickly. Hold on. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I'm not typing the whole thing out. It was her tiara. I didn't like the way her tiara looked. Yeah, it wasn't the whole outfit. I actually didn't care for the outfit. She got pants. Let's go. I actually like the skirt, so I don't dislike the pants. But yeah, I did not like this tiara. This, like, downwards tiara they fucking did. I don't know. I like this if it has the point at the top, but it doesn't, so I just didn't like it. But anyways, besides that, I love their design for the Justice League, and as boss fights, the gameplay in that game isn't the best, but the designs and the lore and the detail they put into the Justice League, I definitely could trust a Rocksteady to make a Justice League game. So for like group games, yeah, obviously Fantastic Four, X-Men, Justice League, Avengers, you know, that line is out the door. What I'm looking at is trying to see who gets their own solo game. And for me, Wonder Woman is at the top of that list, but who else in DC? Zatanna with magic? Maybe, because that kind of runs into the same problem as Green Lantern. You could kind of give her, like, a fixed set of spells like you do in, like, Hogwarts Legacy. So you could kind of make it work with Zatanna and Doctor Strange. If you do it like they did Hogwarts Legacy. But it just... With Green Lantern, you would have to have such a wide range of things you can create that, like, players wouldn't feel limited. Because his whole thing is he can create anything out of his imagination, or they, the Green Lanterns. Sorry, I'm thinking of Hal Jordan whenever I say he. So, yeah, because it would definitely be... Nah, if there would be a Green Lantern game, though, it would have to be, like, the Green Lantern core. I could definitely see, like, Hal or John Stewart being the main character. Oh, I did not mean to press E. Oh, we're good. I could definitely see John or Hal being the main characters. Probably Hal Jordan. But that would mean the latter or the former would have to be, like, side or playable characters. I refuse to have, like, a single-player Green Lantern game. I want the whole ass core. You know, obviously maybe not every fucking character, but I want to go to Oa and meet with the Guardians. I want to do a training session with Kilowog. You know, I want to see Chip talking shit. And the guy with the big ass head or whatever his name is, I forgot. And then I want to see, like, a side... If it's Hal Jordan's story, I want to see his recruitment of, like, Kyle or Jessica. And if it's John Stewart, I want to see his, like, not taking over of the Corps, but taking over, like, training of the Corps, like, with Kilowog. Like, I want to see his upcoming, that he's not a beginner. If we're doing an origin story of, like, Green Lantern, I want it to be Hal Jordan. If we're doing an already established Green Lantern, I want it to be John Stewart. And then for a sequel, you could bring in Guy Gardner has to be a side character. I refuse to play as Guy Gardner unless it's for, like, a side quest or something. I refuse for him to be a main character. I'm sorry. But if you do a sequel, you could have it be, like, one of the alien characters. Or, whatchamacallit, or Kyle Rayner. Or Jessica and... What was his name? Simon Bass? When they were sharing a power ring. I haven't heard anything from... You know, I just realized I'm so behind on Green Lantern comics because I know what's the deal with Jessica, and I just realized I haven't heard shit about the guy she fucking shares a lantern with. So I don't think that's a thing anymore. Fantastic Four game where you can swap between the members like they did with Spider-Man 2. Yeah. I like that idea. Or how they did it with this game / I didn't play Spider-Man 2, so I'm not exactly sure how it worked. But for this game and Assassin's Creed Shadows, basically you could play as either character for majority of the missions, but each character had their own, like, individual missions without the other every now and then. Most of Shadows, though... What the fuck are you chewing on? What is that? How did you get this? Bro, you're so annoying. She climbed onto my nightstand and grabbed a receipt off of there to start chewing on it. Where's your bone? Why are you chewing receipts? Take your bone. Take your bone. Take your bone. That finger, bro. Ooh, a Hawk game would be so good. Yes, that's a great suggestion, Fearless. Oh shit, did I get all the collectibles here? No, I'm missing a sync point. See, this is the same issue I was having over there. I can't see it. And I said sync point, I meant glitch. I'm never gonna stop saying sync point. This is really annoying. Huh, well, good news. I got all the collectibles. Bad news. I'm missing a fucking glitch, which means that's Future Troy's problem. And hopefully I find it while we're running around and doing other stuff. Alright, well, time to go to Southwark. I got some stuff to do here. Oh my god. But yeah, Fearless. That's a great suggestion. The Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Martian Manhunter would be another one. Green Arrow, because I feel like my fear with a Green Arrow game is that a lot of people would immediately want it to be like the CW. And my problem with the CW, while I don't think it's a bad show, like Arrow is very entertaining. The problem is that they couldn't make a Batman show, so they just decided to make Green Arrow like Batman. And my fear is that people want to play a Green Arrow game and then will be upset that it's nothing like the CW because that's not who Green Arrow is. That's like my, I guess, political reason, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the correct term to use, but I guess that's my reasoning for not really wanting a Green Arrow game. Plastic Man? I would definitely see how a Fantastic Four game does first. Before giving Plastic Man a solo game. But story-wise, though, yes, I think Plastic Man would be good. You know, his whole thing of starting off as a criminal and then shifting over to the hero life, like, throughout the story. That would be good. And it would give him a lot more attention. I think Plastic Man is kind of an underappreciated character. I don't think I ever finished my train of thought about my job, but I kind of like this conversation more. So if you wanted me to talk about more, if you want me to talk more about my job, just ask questions and let me know, and I'll share what I can. But I'm pretty sure the summary. Oh, I already have medicine. The summary of my work conversation was, hate my old job, love my new job. I worked in first appearance, which means if you got arrested, I got to see you in court. That was it. All right. Anyways. But I can't tell you where I used to work because, or I can't tell you stories of me working in first appearance because, those sessions get recorded, and if you do enough research, you can find my judge and where she worked and where I lived, and, no. Even though I don't live there anymore, my family still lives over there, and yeah, I'm not comfortable with that information being out there, So back to the superhero talk. You see, I think they can't give Bizarro his own game until they give Superman one. And even then, I wouldn't want Bizarro to get his own game. I would want to do a DLC with Bizarro World first. Or like, no, yeah. I think if Superman got a base game, I would want a Bizarro World DLC where he, like, meets Bizarro and goes to Bizarro World. But not his own game, unless that was... It depends... Obviously, this all depends on, like, the studio and who makes it and how well they do and stuff like that. But if that was the case, then... Oh, it's a chest. Why did I think this was a glitch? I'm over here looking for a glitch. Why is it so dark all of a sudden? Is it nighttime in the game so the map got darker? Have I never noticed that? Alrighty then. Anywho. Yeah. Nah. Bizarro's an eh. I would want to see Bizarro get his own, like, get a DLC in a Superman game. Of, like, Bizarro World. And then if that did good, I guess. But my problem with that is that I think people would find it too confusing. I think it's a good bit to have one time, like Bizarro getting his own, like, side mission or DLC in a Superman game. But I don't think Bizarro should get his own game because I think the bit of, like, everything being backwards would get old over time. Very similar. In Spider-Man 2, you can play as Peter or Miles, but they each have their own dedicated missions and abilities only for them. But also, if you're playing as one of them, the other has a chance of jumping in and helping with the fight. Oh, cool. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is on my wish list on Steam, but I currently do not own the game. Alright. I heard her, don't know where she is. I'm assuming she's playing with her ball. As I gave her a ball. Yeah, she was. Okay. Captain America Winter Soldier game? Yeah, I'm talking about... Oh, by the way, when I'm talking about, like, game suggestions of, like, who should get their own solo game, I'm talking about getting their own solo game, like the Arkham games or, like, Insomniac's Spider-Man / current, you know, Wolverine game. Because, obviously, a bunch of heroes / villains got their own games when they had movies released in the early 2000s or late, mid 2000s, I should say, 2010s. Because, like, example, a Superman has the most random fucking games based off his movies. You know, Spider-Man has the Amazing Spider-Man games based off like those movies, etc., like with each movie. So I'm not talking about stuff like those that are just like repeats of their movies. Yeah, I'm talking about like it could be the comic book story or it could be a brand new original story, whatever it is, but just not anything that's like, you know, word for word, just like a recreation of the movie but in a video game. So definitely not doing that. We are getting a Captain America 1940s game. Yeah, it's the Hydra one. I think Black Panther is also supposed to be in that. But like the first Black Panther, not T'Challa. If I remember correctly. Let's look into that really quickly, because I actually can't remember who the cast of that's supposed to be. Captain America 1940s game. 1943 Rise of Hydra. This one. Yeah, Black Panther's there. Upcoming action-adventure game developed by Skydance New Media and published by... Inspired by 2010 Marvel Comics limited series Captain America, Black Panther, Flags of Our Fathers. Yeah. Sorry, I need my drops, man. I gotta leave that open. I don't know about Venom getting his own game just because I don't know what happened to him in Spider-Man. You guys don't have to tell me, but I will say this, that if that's up to your guys' opinion who have played Spider-Man 2 to determine if Insomniac should make their own Spider-Man game. I mean, Venom game. But Captain America Winter Soldier game, because I feel like that would just... People would just want it to be like the movie. So if it's a Captain America game that happens to involve the Winter Soldier, like it's not advertised... Not that it's not advertised, but if it's in titled sequence, it's not advertised as like a Captain America Winter Soldier game. Like the whole thing of is like him and Bucky, or him, you know, freeing Bucky from Hydra. Then I think, yes, it would work. I say yes for an Incredible Hulk game if we have the ability, kind of like in the Lego games, to switch back and forth between Hulk and Bruce. Because obviously, the entire game, there's no way you can spend the entire game as Hulk. Like, there definitely has to be moments where he, like, de-transforms, and you have missions with Dr. Banner, but not just as a scientist, but also just, like, emotional. There will definitely be emotional scenes of, like, Banner, you know, thinking that the Hulk's gone too far, his rage. You would definitely have, like, rage modes. Did you, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I'm thinking of. Hold on. What fucking game was it? There was a game. Oh my gosh. There was a game I played. Oh, okay. Well, this is kind of a bad comparison, but it's the first thing I thought of. In Yandere Simulator, I know, but listen. In Yandere Simulator, if your sanity goes too low, your character is essentially crazy, and she'll just automatically kill anyone who's in range, right? So I like to imagine that for the Hulk game, there would be a sequence or a level where Hulk is just completely mad, and the player completely loses control, just as Hulk would, and just starts going on a rampage, fighting fucking everyone and destroying everything in its path. And I would want an emotional scene after that, where he finally transforms back into Bruce Banner, and Bruce is just freaking the fuck out of what just happened and what he just did. And then we kind of get, like, either Betty coming in and kind of reassuring him, or, you know, General Ross coming in to shut him down, and, you know, Banner agreeing and wanting to, but then, you know, something it changes. Like, I don't know. I'm a writer, but I don't, like, come up with these things on the spot. I would need to actually, like, write it down, and genuinely plan it out. But if I were to do a Hulk game, I would absolutely want, like, a scene like that, where Hulk and the player just completely lose control out of pure rage. And when you finally transform back to Banner, it's this super emotional scene of, like, and trigger warning, by the way, about what I'm about to mention. So I'll give it a second. But, like, just Banner wanting to end himself, because that's a huge thing of, like, Bruce Banner's character, is that, like, he's just does not want the Hulk inside of him. He just does not want to have this monster in him anymore. So definitely having a scene like that would be interesting. But I also definitely can't see a Hulk game completely by itself. I would like to see some side characters appear, but definitely not like full-fledged Avengers. But definitely, besides Betty Ross being involved, I would also like... I would like there to be some hero there. Spider-Man could definitely make an appearance. This would be early Hulk days, so I'm not sure who exactly we would want to be in it. Whee! He would spit the bullet out. Yeah, that's what happens in the fucking, that's what he talks about in the movie. That movie, that scene of like, oh, I put a bullet in my mouth and the other guy shot it, spat it out, or whatever the fuck the direct line is. That is what made me think of like, we would need an emotional scene like that. Maybe not something that intense, so that way they could make it like a teen rating. They could probably, with a Hulk game, I could definitely see them making it rated M, but if they wanted to make it a teen rating, we could still have an emotional moment like that, or the emotional rampage, and just without the suicidal tendencies can be implied, but definitely no action would be taken, so they could keep like a teen rating. But if they did like rated M, then yeah, fucking go for it. Huckle, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, yeah, I'm drinking water today. Oh, for sure a Shazam game. I know Black Adam's character has changed a lot over the years. So I would definitely prefer a Shazam game. And then a Black Adam sequel with, like, how his character is now. Because he's become a lot less of a villain and more of an anti-hero. And he kind of just sides with whoever's not gonna fuck over Kandak. Or Kondak. However the fuck you say it. He just sides with whoever is not gonna, like, harm his people. To be honest. So, I'm down for a Black Adam game, but only after, like, as a sequel to Shazam. / Captain Marvel, you know? That would be my kind of rule for it, because I think you can't, like, have Black Adam's anti-hero arc without, you know, his adventures with Shazam. I definitely like this idea, but we've also gotten a lot more Marvel ideas than we have DC. And this is like what's frustrating about it, because, you know, James Gunn is taking over DC. And, you know, he's talked about wanting to get involved in video games as well with the DC, you know, licensing now under him. But how the fuck is there a chest under me? I mean, you know, what exactly does that mean? And I definitely, you know, as much as I love Batman, we've gotten so much Batman content, and I am very excited for the new Lego Batman and just the homage to his character, you know, especially because I have a theory that this game was going to come out last year for the 75th anniversary for Batman, but they just ran out of time, so they're releasing it this year. You know, and they did it for this year so that they could polish it and stuff. But that game being an homage to Batman, super appreciated, super loved that. But I also really think that, oh shit, I thought this was an open window. I really think that other characters in the DC universe deserve that spotlight. Oh yes, a Black Canary game, yeah, but I think my only problem with the Black Canary game is that I feel like it would hit a little too close to like the Batman side of things, in a sense of like we have I could see if they did a I don't think they would do a Black Canary game. I think they would do. Sorry, I'm trying to find a fucking opening. Not the Gotham City Sirens, that's the villains. What the fuck are the Birds of Prey. I think they would do a Birds of Prey game before they did a Black Canary solo game. I think they would do a Birds of Prey game where you could probably, like how they did Gotham Knights, where you could like play as whoever you want and like the story's kind of adaptable depending on who you play as. I could see them doing that for Birds of Prey. I don't know if they would give them solo game, any of them solo games. I don't think they're popular enough for solos. I think they could get solo spin-offs, maybe, if those games did well. For me to like think about who would deserve not deserve, because I think, you know, a lot of characters fucking deserve it, but who would actually get the green light for a solo game. I have to look at, like, Justice League members. So Hawkman and Hawkgirl was a good one. Ooh, a Justice Society of America game would be good. Besides Justice League, you could also do Justice Society. You don't have that of, like, the Golden Age heroes. Or Bronze, whatever age they are. You know what I mean. I'm gonna run around and see if I can find a door or something. So, JSA would be good. But yeah, Hawkman, Hawkgirl. That one's good. I like that idea. Green Lantern. I like that idea only if it's, like, not just Hal Jordan. Like, it's the whole Green Lantern Corps. Who else? Obviously, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's #1 on my list. Flash is a maybe. I don't know gameplay-wise how that would work. Story-wise, yeah, he's a crime lab technician. Whatever. He's a cop, essentially. So story-wise, yeah, there's definitely a lot you could do there. And you could just prove how smart Barry Allen is. And then you could also bring in, like, the Flash family later with a sequel, or just have them be introduced, like how they introduced Miles in Spider-Man 1. And, you know, showed off at the end him, spoilers, being also spider-bitten. You could literally have the first game end with fucking Wally West recreating Barry's experiment, and then he becomes the Flash. Have you tried opening a window? No, I don't have thumbs. Wow, I almost said Arno. Jacob does not have thumbs. He, in fact, cannot open windows. Dude, I'm actually about to fucking riot. How the hell do I get in this goddamn building? The chest isn't in the building. It's on top of it. Alright, I would now like to shoot myself in the foot. Thank you. Moving on. Blue Beetle. Oh, Blue Beetle would be good, especially after he got that solo movie. And I believe James Gunn even said he wants to bring that same actor. Don't ask me to pronounce his name. But to bring him back as Blue Beetle. So that's cool. Blue Beetle, yeah, because he got his own solo movie. So I think he could definitely get away with a solo game. Although it would have to be... Well, no, because you could give him fixed weapons gameplay-wise. Stargirl, no, she's not popular enough to get her own game. That would have to be, like, a JSA thing of, like, her being introduced or her as a background character. And then, like, if we did a JSA game and then Stargirl was, like, introduced or is a playable character in that game or a background character in that game, and then maybe she gets a sequel or a DLC or something, but she's definitely not available for a solo game. Yeah, there we go. Coleslaw came back for another game. Oh no. Oh no, Coleslaw's back in his shitty ass parkour. Nah, Beast Boy, you can't get a Beast Boy game without a Titans game. Teen Titans or Titans. No, this is the chest that's underground. I'm still looking for that one. Jesus. The reason I ended up over there was because I was trying to figure out how to get underground. Murder? Where? I don't see any bodies. Oh, right, that one. Anyways. But whatchamacallit, yeah. Beast Boy, no. You can't have a Beast Boy solo game without a Titans game first. You can't really, in my opinion, you can't suggest people from teams who don't really have their own solo series. Like, that's me saying, oh yeah, I want a Donna Troy game, when she's, like, hasn't even been introduced in a Wonder Woman game, you know? Like, there's no Wonder Woman game, why would there be a Donna Troy game? You know, it's the same thing of, like, why would there be a Beast Boy game without the Titans? I seriously doubt they would greenlight that. And that's just my opinion. Red Hood is a maybe. I'll read the rest of your message in a second. You know, so it's kind of hard to do, specific characters outside of their groups. It really depends on the character. And that's just my opinion. But yeah, what I need.
Nice day for a bit of bloodshed, isn't it?
I already restocked. That's why these kids don't have anything for me. This boy actually had a family before the Titans, but something tragic happened, and then later on he met the Titans and joined the Titans, so a Beast Boy game could work if I told the origin. Yeah, he was with the fucking... Not Creature Commandos. What's the fuck was this team? Yeah, he was with another team. It's the same thing. You can't have a Beast Boy solo game. It's the same fucking thing. Doom Patrol, thank you. It's the same fucking situation. Then have a Doom Patrol game at that point. Why does patrol sound like a weird word right now? Patrol. Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol. Paw Patrol. Anyways. Yeah, it's the same situation. You can't have a Beast Boy game without, you know, like an origin story. You would have a Doom Patrol game and then introduce Beast Boy, and then he would get his own solo game. But the problem is that Beast Boy is not a solo character. Yeah, he has his... All these heroes, that's the thing about a lot of these characters, is that they have their origin stories and that they were alone at one point, but they're most popular and most popularly known as a part of a team. So the problem is that if you try to give them their own solo games, everyone's going to be expecting, oh, where's the rest of the Doom Patrol? Or, oh, where's the rest of the Titans? Or, like, if you end the game with those teams or those, like, people from those teams being introduced, you're opening the door for those team dynamic games or for solo games for other members of the team. But in the video game community, that doesn't always work. If it was, like, a TV show or, like, a cartoon... Even a movie, you know, Beast Boy getting his own solo movie of, like, his adventures before joining the Doom Patrol, it just doesn't really work in a video game sense, because all the best arcs with these characters happen when they join those teams. You know, to kind of wrap that thought up a little... You know, a lot of these characters, they, like, gain their powers and they don't go through... Now, not everyone, obviously, but a lot of the team-based characters go through their arcs of, like, their powers with the team or whatever. Of, like, oh, they were too arrogant or too strong or not strong enough or they didn't stand up for this or that, you know? Well, it's always, like, the team dynamic is what builds their morale or builds their, like, character. We get the origin story of, like, how these heroes got their powers, but we don't get the origin story of how they become heroes until they join these teams. That's kind of a big flaw with not just Marvel, with DC as well, of, like, so many characters being reliant on the teams that they're a part of. Like, you literally can't... Like, the Fantastic Four... like, they're Marvel's first family, you know, it's the whole thing of, like, the dynamic of the four of them together. You cannot have a Thing game. You can't have a Mr. Fantastic game, you know? And those are obvious ones to think of, like, oh, well, duh, of course you can't have a Mr. Fantastic game, especially because all their origins were together, so you definitely can't have a game separate for them. You could do an X-Men game with, like, the OG X-Men, which was Jean, Cyclops, Beast, Angel, and Iceman. You could do a game with the 5 of them, but you can't do, like, you can't get a Psylocke game and get her origins, you know, through a game. Because a lot of these characters got their whole ass origin. I'm still looking for this goddamn underground chest. A lot of these characters got most of their, like, character arcs through their teams. You know, they got their origin story in, like, one fucking comic issue. Like, one comic book can tell you the entirety of, like, half the fucking X-Men origin stories. And that's kind of, like, the main-ish problem of some of these characters trying to get individual games. John Constantine would be good. I like the thought of that one. The same thing as Zatanna, of, like, as long as you have the spells unlockable or, like, predetermined on a wheel like you did with, or not you, but like they did with Hogwarts Legacy. How did I get underground again? This goddamn chest is gonna be the death of me. Looking at this the wrong way. Let's do a game about everyone's favorite villain, Calendar Man. Babe, you have no idea the can of worms you just fucking dumped. So let me tell you, chat, about the lore of Calendar Man in the Batman Arkham games. He was there at the beginning and he was there at the end. Let me tell you. I'm kidding. But actually, yeah, that is true. Calendar Man is big background lore of the Arkham games. He's quite literally there at the beginning and there at the end. Of the Batman. Also, please, we all know everyone's favorite villain is Kite Man. Calendar Man, come on, babe. Oh, shit, they're arguing about money. Man, it would be quite unfortunate for them to learn that there's actually a shit ton of money in this chest right here, and nobody bothered to open it. Okay, that was 300. Sometimes when I open it, it's 800, so that's why I said that. Since we're talking about heroes, did you know that Batman Arkham Knight was a DLC where you fight Ra's al Ghul, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, and Mr. Freeze, and did not... No, Kite Man was never Plastic Man. I'm sorry, I need to reread that message. By the way, since we're talking about here, did you know that Batman Arkham Knight has a DLC where you fight Ra's al Ghul, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, and Mr. Freeze, and did not know this was a thing?
Steady on.
Yes. I know the Ra's al Ghul one is him, like, literally on his... He's dying, and you have to decide whether he lives or dies, essentially. And it's very parallel to, like, him, Batman walking out, Joker. Killer Croc, I know you fight him. He's not in the base game. He's in the combat things. Oh my god, I found it. It's a combat thing of, like, you're supposed to get it's an Iceberg Lounge. You fight him in the Iceberg Lounge. Mad Hatter, yes. That one's also in Arkham Origins. And then, what was the other one you said? Mr. Freeze. Yes, you work with Mr. Freeze to finally save Nora, but she's been released from the cryopod and her fate has been sealed. So yes, I did know about all of those actually. I believe I did none of those for my YouTube video. Because I didn't know to get the full ending, you needed to fully 100% the game. I thought you only needed 100% part of it. So I just did, like, all the easiest ones for me to go through. Got a partial ending, and it was like, oh, you need to fully beat the game in order to get the true ending. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I want to go play other games. So I decided not to do it and made a Future Troy's problem. Future Troy here, that's Future Troy's problem, so, yeah. But I know about all of them because I played the Arkham games. Whatchamacallit? No, sorry. I know about those. The only Arkham game I had played before streaming was City. But for Arkham Knight, I knew about those because I've seen, like, if you guys ever heard of, Clown Puncher on YouTube, I've seen, like, all of his fucking Batman videos, so I know all the lore. His Iceberg videos, guys, if you want, like, the biggest fucking lore you can get about Batman Arkham verse, like, all of that, check out Clown Puncher's Batman Iceberg videos. They are so good. And there's two. There's two of them. One's like an hour and the other one's almost like 2.5, I think. It's fucking great. Highly recommend. Am I still in the same area? Yeah, I'm in South Park. Yay. Puppy's just passed out next to me. That's what I was trying to do. Wee. I don't know why I bothered restocking my stuff today when literally we're not doing missions. Or today's collectibles day. If I so happen to get all the collectibles, shit. Well, if I so happen to get all the collectibles before stream ends, then I'm gonna go pick an area to clear out some missions. Not the Iceberg Lounge for Killer Croc, I mean an actual DLC for Killer Croc. I don't fucking know. Probably. I know I have all the Arkham DLC. Whatchamacallit. So, did I seriously fucking miss that, by the way? What the hell? Eh. Okay, my line is right above it. If I fucking miss this again, that's what I thought. Anyways. I'm trying to think of what the mission was, because it's... I know in Arkham Asylum, you're being chased through the sewers, he takes Scarecrow, and that's the last you see of him. Arkham City, I don't remember if he's in Arkham City. And Arkham Knight, I know it's the Iceberg Launch. I know there is a mission with him where you could, like... He's looking for something, and you, like, temporarily work together. No, I think that's a mission with Bane. But I'm trying to remember what the actual mission itself with Killer Croc is. Because I know you can fight him in the challenge maps of the Iceberg Lounge, but, I know there's something of, like... No, it's with Bane that you can work with him to get some drugs off the street, and then, Bane will, like, proves to betray you or whatever, where you could actually betray him before he betrays you. It's like a whole thing. There's actually 2 different endings for that, DLC, technically. It's called Most Wanted DLC. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot, you've never played it? Oh, I just spoiled, like, half the fucking DLC then. Whoopsie. My bad. I didn't know that that's what you meant. I thought you were telling me, like, a fun fact. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know about all of this. Hey, Nikki, thanks for the hydrate. My bad. I don't remember what the Killer Croc mission is. Now I'm trying to remember. Oh my gosh, yeah, because I know what the Rage Ghoul, Killer, Mr. Freeze. Oh my god, I can't remember. I know there's a Bane mission. I think it is in Arkham City, the whole thing of the drugs with Bane. That you can, like, have an alternate ending to that side quest because you can betray him before he betrays you. Oh my gosh, what is the Killer Croc? I know about the whole thing of, like, you have to get a perfect combo, essentially, to get him in the Iceberg Lounge. Yes, the Titan formula. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so you do know what I'm talking... Yeah, okay, so you know. I'm pretty sure that was Arkham City. Yeah, it is Arkham City. Okay, cool. So, I'm glad you knew which mission I was thinking about, but for some reason I thought that was the Killer Croc one in Arkham Knight, but no, I knew that was Bane. I cannot remember for the life of me what the Killer Croc mission is. I believe you, I just can't remember right now. Oh, I have to do these. I didn't kill them. There we go. Now they're dead. Okay, I guess we're not looting these bodies. Do you mind? You fucking shot him and I was in the middle of fighting him. I mean, I know I did that to you, but that's different. I get to be more criminals with brain damage. Yo, for real. Okay, back to the superhero game conversation for just a second, and then we can move on to something else. Because I was just thinking about it to kind of wrap up my thoughts. I know I kind of said it earlier, but to say it more, like... What? What? Oh no. Time to end this. Ow. Anyways, but to kind of like wrap up my thoughts a little more neatly. Earlier comic books that, you know, introduced a lot of solo characters, those characters can 1000% get their own single player games. However, I struggle to see a lot of like niche or even like characters that are not necessarily new, but they're not as common for having their own solo stories. I could definitely see a lot of struggle of like them getting their own game. Like I absolutely you mentioned Black Canary earlier. I do believe Black Canary could get her own game. I fear that, like, companies couldn't see Black Canary getting her own game. Like, her not being that popular. And then them being like, okay, let's make a Birds of Prey game instead. And it's, like, diminishing, you know, those characters and those who did get their solo journeys. Or if they center... You know, they make a Black Canary game, but then center it around her relationship with Green Arrow instead of centering around her character. And then, okay, she just so happens to, like, get with Green Arrow during the game, or she so happens to, like, meet Green Arrow at the end of the game or something like that, you know? Well, so, it obviously depends on the studios behind it and the producers behind it and the decision makers. But I could definitely see, and this goes for Marvel as well, not just DC. I know the main conversation was, you know, what DC characters, because I could feel like I could see a lot of Marvel characters getting the attention. But this part does go for both of them. I do see that it all would depend on the game studio, because, and the writers and just who's behind it, and of course the marketing team, because we all know how much, you know, marketing has to do with everything. Did you guys know that, fucking Arewale, here's a fun fact for you. Freedom Cry was made as a DLC because Ubisoft was afraid of how people would react to having a black assassin. Here's another fun fact for you. He's one of the most beloved fucking assassins in the franchise. And this motherfucker couldn't even get his own game. He had to be, you know, backgrounded to DLC. Taxi, we could use a new Crash Bandicoot. You know what we could use a new Banjo-Kazooie. I want to play another fucking Banjo-Kazooie game. I've been playing it on my my Game Boy because Emily gave me the Game Boy. And I want another Banjo-Kazooie game. Yep. So that's kind of the cleaned up version of my thoughts. I think there's just, it all depends on the studio who's making it and the writers and the politics behind it. For us to get like single player games of like niche fucking heroes, or not even niche heroes, but just heroes that like have gotten their own solo comic books but are just not that popular for like companies to want to risk it, essentially. Because believe it or not, the like comic book nerds and video game nerds don't like cross over as often as you think they would. Yeah. I just finished the main story in Arkham. I'm gonna come back to the game later when I get the DLC. Oh yeah, dude. I think you'll enjoy the DLC. It also just gives you... It's good content. And yeah, that's all I got to avoid spoiling it anymore for you. It's very good content. They did very well. And my favorite of the Most Wanted ones is the Ra's al Ghul. I think that one... I think that one's good, and that's all I will say. How about Lobo game where you go around blowing everything up? You know, Lobo could actually get his own game, depending on how well he's perceived in the new Supergirl movie. Dude, you know what's crazy about, like, Kevin Conroy passing away? So when I went to Comic-Con over the weekend, and I got to sit at a panel, not on the panel, I got to sit and watch the panel for the original creators of Batman the Animated Series, and they were talking about casting and the stealth kill the messenger. Oh. Maybe you'll change your attitude. I think I failed that one. I stealth killed one guy, but not the messenger. Anywho, so I went to the panel this week and they were talking about casting and how much they've like, you know, how many different people came in for the Joker, and, you know, Mark Hamill just had this, like, the way he did his laugh compared, like, Joker's laugh compared to everyone else is what made them, like, know that they wanted to cast him, and, like, Kevin Conroy was, like, without a doubt, like, you know, who they wanted as Batman, and it was really nice them talking so, like, respectively of Kevin Conroy after he had passed, and I'm like, wow, I kind of... He passed when I was, like... I attributed one of my Arkham videos to him. It was Arkham Knight, I believe. Like, in the middle of my Arkham Knight franchise, if you ever watch, those videos, one of them intros with me being like, oh, I don't make money off these videos, but if I ever do, you know, It won't be monetized because this video is in dedication to Kevin Conroy. Excuse me. And, whatchamacallit. I wasn't into, like, cons at the time. And I wish I was more into conventions and stuff because I think I would have died if I had ever met Kevin Conroy. Like, that's my fucking hero right there. And I was able to meet... So over the weekend, it was the panel for Batman the Animated Series, and I got to, like... Outside of the panel, I met Paul Dini and had him sign my physical copy of Batman Arkham City. Because for anyone who doesn't know, he's one of the main writers for the Arkham games. And yeah, just them talking about Kevin Conroy, I was like, damn, you know, it was awesome to meet like people behind the scenes of the show. But man, what an honor it would have been! How fucking crazy it would have been if I, you know, could have met Kevin Conroy and or Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill was not there this weekend. But you know who was there that I kind of. Like, my friend and I decided that when we go back next year / go to the Anime Con later this year, we are for sure gonna, like, have a day dedicated to meeting people, because my only plan was to meet Paul Dini and Dan Mora. I wanted to meet the both of them and, like, get signatures from the both of them. I didn't plan on really meeting anyone else, because I just didn't really look at the guest list. Half the fucking cast of Twilight was there, and I didn't meet any of them. Well, that's also because we messed up the timing on Saturday, and we could have gone on Saturday, but it's okay. But I got to see the cast of Has Been Hotel. I got to see, you know, Batman the Animated Series. I got to meet, like, my favorite fucking cosplay group. Like, it was insane. And I've learned now that I'm now gonna pay a lot more attention to, like, guest panels, because fucking the guy who plays Superman in Smallville was there. I could have met Tom, I think his last name is Felling. My boss got to meet him. My boss was there. And he's like, yeah, there was nobody in line on Sunday, so I just went and met him. I was like, I did panels. My friend and I did panels all day Saturday, Sunday, and then Friday we met, you know, Paul and Dan. And I, got my signatures, and I, like, we did our little shopping or whatever. But then Saturday and Sunday, we did, like, panels. And we decided for next time that, like, we're gonna make sure to dedicate Friday, since it's, like, the least busiest day, to meeting actors and, like, meeting people we want to meet. Because I also got to meet the cosplay group on Sunday, because I didn't even know they were gonna be there. We just randomly decided to go to a cosplay panel. And it turns out my favorite fucking cosplay group was there, and I got to meet, like, my favorite member of the group who, like, introduced me to all of their content, and I got to say thank you to her. And, like, she looked so, like, happy when I said that, and because it's true. I'm like, I love your content, and you, like, introduced me to this group, so thank you, because if it wasn't for you, like... And she, like, looked so happy when I told her that, and I was like, yeah, it's fucking true. And it was just such a great weekend, and, like... Oh my gosh. Sorry, I went into this whole tangent, like, because you brought up Kevin Conroy, but yeah, like, I've learned I fucking love Comic-Con. But yeah. I only had ever went to one when I was a kid with my dad, and I wasn't really old enough to appreciate it, you know? I think my dad and my cousin appreciated it, obviously, a lot more, because they're, you know, older than me. But I went when I was, like, maybe 13 years old, and I definitely... Like, I did not appreciate it like I do now. And then the artists that I met there, and just, it was an incredible experience. I definitely want to go back. And just keep an eye on next year. And not just of, like, where I live now, but, like, anywhere I go, if I hear that there's a Comic-Con, you know, happening, or, like, I'm fucking going. Not Marvel or DC, but a character to get an Insomniac-style game is... Generator Rex. It's a really old Cartoon Network show made the same people who made Ben 10. To this day, one of my favorite shows ever. Well, 1, how dare you never tell me this until right now. 2, never heard of it. But I'll watch it with you if we can find where to watch it. Was it Tubi got a bunch of old Cartoon Network shows now? Because fucking HBO Max got rid of them, so they're on Tubi now. We might be able to watch it on Tubi. But yeah. I made Well, I didn't post the TikTok, but I made a TikTok. It didn't highlight what I was trying to grab. There we go. Yeah, it's fucking inside. I knew it. Hate train stations. Hate getting shit from train stations. Yeah, so I got a bunch of souvenirs and bought a bunch of stuff at the con. However, I'm not going to be dedicating, like, stream time to show it to you guys. Normally I would. Normally I would start my stream, like, showing off my haul and being like, guys, look what I irresponsibly spent money on. Another Keyblade. That part is true. But anyways, not this week. What I'm gonna do instead is, as I put things away and, like, put them where they're gonna go in my room, I will take pictures and post it in my Discord. And I also, like, recorded me showing everything off, and I'm going to post it on TikTok and just show you guys on TikTok instead. Because I just want this week completely focused on Assassin's Creed. And certain days of the week of when I'm streaming, I don't have enough time. I can't risk going over stream time. Mondays, it depends if I have plans with other friends. If I do not, then I don't mind going over stream time. Tuesdays I cannot because it's date night. Wednesdays I don't stream. Thursdays I cannot because it's editing day. Friday I can, Saturday I can, Sunday I cannot because I have work on Monday and I want to make sure I go to bed on time and make sure I have everything done, you know, before starting the new week. So, yeah, certain days I can go over stream time and certain days I can't. So, but I also need to pick up the stuff I bought and, like, put it where it goes already. So, keep an eye out on my Discord, !Discord, or my TikTok, ! Do I have an ! TikTok? I don't know, Dexter. Mod. Finger snap, do your job. No. But, just check that out. I'll be posting it there. If I do post it, it will also go on my YouTube Shorts / Instagram. So if I do, you know, not if I did record it, but when I do post it. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Well, I guess Nikki's my new moderator. I was thinking about firing someone. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Thank you for the hydrate. Whatchamacallit. But yeah, so I do plan on making that video eventually. I need to go through my camera footage because there's a couple other IRL TikToks I want to post first. But I say TikTok on default, but if I say TikTok, I'm also going to be posting it on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. So just a heads up, if you hear me say TikTok, it's not just going on my TikTok. If you follow me on YouTube, there you go. If you follow me on Instagram, there you go. I guess my power's in yours. Well, Dexter, I hate to break it to you. I'm a little biased towards you, and you can't get fired unless you either break up with me or cheat on me. I hate to break it to you. You're kind of stuck. This is just your job now. You don't really have a choice. This is where Dexter's like, I would never do either of those things. And it's like, well, yeah, exactly. So you are definitely stuck forever. Or until I decide to quit streaming, whichever comes first. I don't have a plan to quit anytime soon. I very much like doing this. I've been doing it for 5 years. I have a feeling this was one of those that my dad thought it was going to be something I got over. Newsflash, we're 5 years in. Actually, yeah. 2026? Yeah, 5 years in. Hey, that's all the collectibles in South Park. Except for these little camera thingies. I still don't know what that is. Do I want to jump over here and do a mission to try to see if I can find that last viewpoint I'm missing? Glitch I'm missing. It's not a viewpoint. God damn it, Troya. Or do I want to try to go over here and get the one that I'm missing over here? Because somewhere it said something about it being not visible on the map. I swear I read that. I'm not crazy. Well, I might be crazy, but I did read that somewhere. Oh, hello. Not here for you guys. This time. I'm just gonna put it like as far back as it'll let me and see what happens. See if it's over there. Or if it's on the opposite side, maybe. said something about a bridge, I swear.
This is no kind of life. What's he doing here?
Nothing. I gotta get out of here. Oh, good news. The bank that took my money and gave my money... Oh, that's right. What is up with Twitch and, like, randomly censoring what people say? This is the second time that, like, I'm pretty sure you're not saying any swears or banned words in my chat, and Twitch is just censoring you, and I don't understand why. I need to look over the mod stuff again. I was able to pay my friend for the PlayStation 5 so now I can start getting games for the PS5. Hell yeah, I'm glad you were able to, you and your bank were able to figure that out. Activity reset. Well, I didn't want to do the activity in the first place, so there you go. You know why I'm definitely a little more attracted? I know they're... Excuse me. I know they're twins, but I definitely find... I do like Evie. I don't care for Jacob look-wise. Like, personality-wise, I kind of relate to Evie more, which is why it's more of a, like, a hee-hee pretty woman than, oh my god, I'm in love with her type thing, because it's more of, like, I relate to her, and I'm not really in love with myself. Sorry. Sorry to break it to you. But anyways, but with him... visually, I can't stand the fucking slicked back hair all the time. God, it looks stupid. It looks like he's got greasy ass hair that he doesn't know how to fucking wash. I don't care what time period it is. You know how easy it is to just stick your head in that water and rinse it out? Like, holy shit. Anyways, it's totally wrong. There's no viewpoint here. I mean, it's glitch. Why do I keep saying viewpoint? Genuinely. Well, no, we're not going to World War II. Or 1. It's not 2. Yeah, I don't see a glitch here. So it might be on the other side of the bridge. We're gonna try. Yeah. If not, then future Troya is gonna have to... What's weird? You being censored or me not liking greasy ass hair? I think I know what you mean. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to eventually... It sucks too, because I didn't think I would need a guide for the game after I bought the treasure maps, but the glitches are not part of the treasure maps, which means you have to see them and find them, or you do not get the glitches. And that's a little frustrating. Because I have every fucking collectible here except for that last glitch. Which means that is something I gotta do on maybe Sunday. My goal is to do that once I finish getting all the collectibles. The plan is, for anybody who doesn't know my strategy of how I do this, I go through the map and get every little single thing I can. If I'm stuck for whatever reason, if something's not popping up on the map, if an area is glitched, whatever reason, that I've done everything in my power to try and complete the game on my own, the very last thing I will do to 100% the game is pull up like a guide or something. I do like the thought of doing it for the glitches since they're not appearing on the map, but other than that, I don't see any other reason for me to need a guide. Also, what the fuck? Okay. We're just gonna go jump on a ship, I guess. I don't even think this is gonna work, to be honest. But yeah, personality-wise, I guess he's a little funny, but he just seems kind of... That's the nicest way I could put it. Bullheaded. So, he's alright. Jacob, you ain't half bad. I'm curious what happens if I stay on this while we keep going. Hello, World War I. Hello, granddaughter. Ah, that's what happens. Well, good to know. I thought it would be a little more dramatic. Well, that's future me's problem. So, about these missions to clear up. Oh yeah, there's one on the train I'm fucking missing. Oh wait, I could just fast travel to the train. No! Open this. Where'd the train go? Yes. Just a heads up, chat. We got about 30 minutes left to stream. So, there is a mission. It's just Henry Green for the pressed flowers. Okay. Never mind. I thought there was like another mission with whatever his name was. What was this guy's name?
Knight of the Realm.
Nigel. From Nigel yesterday. Access, gang upgrades, no. Is it with you? Oh, there we go. Did I read the name and like totally space out on it? Henry Press Flowers. I did read that. Gosh dang it.
Miss Fry, I brought some books. I hope I'm not intruding by being here.
Quite the contrary. It's nice to have the company. A herbarium? Are you collecting flowers for someone?
Only myself. I'm told it's something of a British pastime. Did you know they all have symbolic meanings?
I had heard something of the sort.
Of course you have. Unfortunately, I have no time to fill the book.
I could collect some samples, if you would accept my help.
I would appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Fry.
Not him being so prim and proper and then trying to fucking save her at the end of the game.
That's a nicely cut suit.
Mignonette, your qualities surpass your charms.
I'm not entirely sure that's meant as a compliment. Love in a Mist. That's a pretty name.
Alternatively called Devil in a Bush.
Narcissus. Self-love. I should buy a bouquet for Jacob.
Most unkind, Miss Fry.
As amusing as all this is, I really should be getting back to work. If you need me,
I'll send a bouquet.
of irises.
A message. Indeed.
It's funny because by the end of the we get hints of their relationship.
Another escapade.
Oh, no more. We get hints of their relationship, like, or their developing relationship, or like Evie caring for him throughout the story, but we don't really see too much of them like really being together. So it makes sense why they would have side quests together, so you can kind of see where the relationship is coming from. But anywho, I would like to clear missions of the areas I've already cleared and then clearing new areas. So I will start these missions, and if they, you know, end up over here, whatever. But the next area we'll clear is City of London. And when I say clear, I mean do all these red missions to literally clear up the map. Then we'll do collectibles, then we'll do the missions that are there. So I hope that sounds good. Let's not do that. There we go. Jacob almost fucking killed himself. A simple matter of murder. Ah, yes, because murder is always so simple. Solve the seemingly simple murder of a factory worker. You see, seemingly simple. It's not going to be simple. Or seeming. Well, it'll be seeming, but it just won't be simple.
Oh,
Hello,
dear.
child.
This is going very badly, isn't it?
Okay. Tutorial Dreadful Crimes. To find the murderer, use Eagle Vision to search the investigation zone for clues. Interrogate every suspect. Press F1 to enter the... Okay, follow Rayman and Artie. I guess I'm just not allowed to know how to do this.
I do find crime so delightfully entertaining, don't you? mean, solving crimes, of course. Finding a solution is exhilarating.
Sociopath. Alright, moving on. Speak to Mr. Freems. But
I arrived to find the foreman dead, and the lad Dooley with bloody hands. No one's been able to find the murder weapon and arrest the murderer. Could you sort it out quickly? It's holding up the work. They're a rough bunch, but someone has to keep the kids in line. I just wish the grown-ups would quit fighting each other.
why am I playing LA Noire in a fucking Assassin's Creed game? Warehouse, Wilkins' body. A deep stab wound to the chest. A bandana obscures the victim's face. You cannot make an accusation or continue your investigation. Make accusations with care.
When I come back, the man's lying dead, and there's Dooley holding a knife. Please don't arrest him. I was standing there, having a think, when a fella come at me and give me a thumping. Dooley tries to stop him, and he thrashes Dooley. I run out to find help.
Yeah, who the fuck is Dooley? Yeah, are you Dooley?
He knocks me to the ground and give me a kick. I find me work knife under me and grab it. I lift my hands to protect myself, and he knocks me out with a punch. Later on, I wakes up, and the man's lying there, dead. He's my brother. He don't like to work hard, so one of the workers give him a thrashing. I tried to stop it, and he stops hitting Buck and starts hitting me.
Okay. Evidence. It has come to our attention that one of your workmen, a certain Mr. Colton, has been beating the child laborers. Our society finds this to be a matter of concern, as do you, no doubt. Please take action to curtail the practice. Miss Clara O.D. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is the knife. Small knife with the initial D crudely scratched into the handle.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
Alright, so let's reinterrogate fucking Dooley.
He knocks me to the ground and give me a kick. I find me work knife under me and grab it. I lift my hands to protect myself, and he knocks me out with a punch. Later on, I wakes up, and the man's he's my brother. He don't like to work.
Oh, okay. It gives you a little estimation of who you can ask the question
That's
about.
Dooley's knife, all right. He never lent it to nobody.
Okay. And make an accusation. What did you say again? Hold on.
I arrived to find the foreman dead, and the lad Dooley with bloody hands. No one's been able to find the murder weapon and arrest the murderer. Could you sort it out quickly? They're a rough bunch, but someone has to keep the kids in line. I just wish the grown-ups would quit fight.
Hold on. Alright, so it's his knife, right? That's his brother. He says no one was able to find the murder weapon. First of all, it's right fucking here. Second of all, he said the kid's hands were covered in blood. I don't see any blood on his hands. Right, which is what makes me think he's lying. And then what did you say about the
When I
body?
come back, the man's lying dead, and there's Dooley holding a knife. Please don't arrest him. I was standing there, having a think, when a fella come at me and...
Wait
I
a
was
minute.
standing there, having a think, when a fella come at me and give me a thumping. Dooley tries to stop him, and he thrashes Dooley. I run...
And find help. Yeah, and then the knife also doesn't have any blood with it. I mean, that could just be an error, but let me investigate the body again. A deep stand wound to the chest. Okay. Okay, well, that doesn't help. I don't know. The kid just doesn't have any bloody hands, which is what bothers me. Also, that note says they're beating the fucking kid, so I'm just gonna accuse him anyways.
Why would I kill a perfectly productive worker?
Whoops. Okay, well, fuck you for beating the kids. Anyways, hold on. Fuck me. Hold on, I gotta actually do this. Wait, can I restart this? Yes. I want my rewards. It's not cheating, guys. It's rewarding. It's not cheating, guys. It's restarting the investigation from the beginning. Also fucking reading this because I didn't get to read this. Press F1 to enter the progression log and access your collected evidence. Accuse the guilty suspect to solve the case and collect your reward. Be careful though, as every false accusation will reduce a reward. You see, guys? It's not cheating. I was reading that. I needed to read it.
I do find crimes.
Hey, have a good night,
delightfully
Fearless. Thanks for
entertaining,
stopping by. I
don't you?
appreciate it.
I mean, solving crimes, of course. Finding a solution is exhilarating.
I arrived to find there are rough.
Alright, we already talked to them, so I'm just gonna skip all the dialogue and do all the clues and stuff, and then read what my thing is. Okay, so we know it's not him, so I'm not gonna bother talking to him. But I do want to re-listen to the kids.
He knocks me to the ground and give me a kick. I find me work knife under me and grab it. I lift my hands to protect myself, and he knocks me out with a punch. Later on, I wakes up, and the man's lying there, dead.
So he claims he was unconscious, and he finds the man dead.
He's my brother. He don't like to work hard, so one of the workers give him a thrashing. I tried to stop it, and he stops hitting Buck and starts hitting me.
Uh-huh. But then it obscures the victim's face. But if is he one of the... Hold on really quickly. Also the knife.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
This, actually. It has come to our attention that one of your workmen, a certain Mr. Colton, has been beating the child laborers. Our society finds this to be a matter of concern. So he claims, right, that I think this guy was the one beating the kids. And... Wait, you're Buck. No, you're Buck. The other one is Dooley.
When I come back, the man's lying dead, and there's Dooley holding a knife. Please don't arrest him.
I feel like Dooley would still have the knife, though.
I was standing there, having a think, when a fella come at me and give me a thumping. Dooley tries to stop him, and he thrashes Dooley. I run out to find help.
So he's claiming...
That's Dooley's knife, all right. He never lent it to nobody. When I come back, the man's lying dead.
But you said that he had the knife. Oh my god, it was this kid. Okay, yeah. Because he's saying... Sorry. I just assumed it was him because he beating the children. So he claims he was unconscious, right? He says Dooley was holding the knife and that so why is the knife over here then? And he's like, oh yeah, that's Dooley's knife right there. And it's like, well, didn't you just say that your brother had the knife? So I'm gonna really quickly press F1. Look at these really quickly. Dreadful crimes. Wilkins' body. Oh no, this is actually just all the things. Okay, in case. I'm going to accuse this brother.
I was too scared to do anything.
It was you? What the fuck? I won't take the rewards. It's fine.
Me? No.
Wait, what?
Oh, no, not so quickly. You have indeed solved this murder, according to the facts at hand. However, Artie, what advice...
Oh my god,
would you
I was
give?
set to fail regardless.
I would encourage you to look beyond the obvious, beyond surface appearances.
Try again. Use your powers to peer more deeply and see what you can discover.
Okay, I wouldn't call them powers, dude. Well, that sucks. My rewards went down. That wasn't my fault. Okay, well, what is this? Large footprint. They remember a large worker's boot. Wilkins bandana.
Wilkins wasn't the type to beat the children. On the contrary, he was forever getting in fights, trying to stop that sort of thing. The fumes can be a bit much in the brewery. When the men work in there, they wear bandanas.
There is a clue I'm missing. Oh, there's another one. Medium footprint. The imprint of a medium-sized worker's boot. The imprint is marked by pebbles of coal and coal dust, making it impossible to follow the tracks.
To kill him.
Okay, I still think it was this one then. Do I do it again? No. Because it's not letting me. So, was it the first guy? Now I'm just confused. Because he's like, oh, well, you did solve the murder, but actually, you didn't have enough evidence. And it's like, huh? But I can't interrogate. I mean, I can't interrogate, but I can't, like, accuse any of them. What? Oh, it said follow clues to new locations.
Re-examine some of the clues more closely.
What? What? Okay. Overhand strike, a tall assailant, small feet, footprints, large, murderer. Flecks of cold this way. Oh. That's what it meant. So fucking confused. Oh, what the fuck?
How
Hi.
would the murderer have done it?
Me and Wilkins was working out here. We heard screaming. Wilkins went to see what it was about and never come back. I went to see for myself, and there he was, dead. I didn't stick around. Somebody might think I'd done it. The strange thing is, Wilkins weren't wearing no bandana when I was talking to him. Only the workmen in the brewery wear bandanas. You should talk to Morris there.
Stubbed
Now
that
that I've
cigarette.
seen this, I should ask more questions.
Yeah, this really is LA Noire.
Well, I was inside the brewery all day. I wear me bandana in there. Man has to, what with all the smells and fumes. I don't much know who smokes here. Maybe Taylor? Cigarette might be his.
I quit smoking months ago. You know, I saw somebody from the brewery having a smoke this morning. Didn't see who it was, though.
Thanks, that's so fucking helpful.
Well, like I said, I was inside. Didn't get a chance to come out to smoke. Colton left, though. You can talk to him. He's working in the loading area just now.
So now we go to the loading area. Wow. I mean, I totally get this is how a real not a real investigation works, but like, all locations unlocked, okay.
More clues.
Wait, hold on. I totally get that, like, this is how an investigation is supposed to be, of like, oh, you examine everything, da-da-da. I just hate how, like, misleading it was. I was like, okay, I wasn't the guy, you know, I thought was beating the kids. Okay, let me see if it was one of the kids. And I'm like, well, this one sounds like he could be protecting his brother. Also, like, I was completely overthinking it and blamed each of them, and then it turns out it was none of them, and the game's like, well, actually, you don't have all the evidence. Here's more exploration you have to do. Like, why didn't you just do that from the beginning? The game was trying to, like, be haha funny, and I'm like, you just wasted my time is what you're doing. Maybe me overthink about the investigation, and turns out that this wasn't the whole investigation.
I should go back and ask about this.
I was having a chat with one of the others when I heard a commotion and ran in there to find Wilkins dead. Poor bloke. Killed by that filthy little bastard that we feed and pay.
He's the one beating the kids.
I don't smoke. Never did. Oh, very well. So I do smoke now and then. What's it matter? I should be foreman here. Wilkins coddled the boys like a
Yep.
mother hen.
Yep.
He come along and stops me giving the boys a beating.
The second he said that about the kids, I
That
knew.
was much more difficult than it initially appeared. Well done.
It wasn't difficult at all once you let me have all the fucking evidence and didn't just tell me, oh yeah, it's just this box, don't worry about it. A simple matter of murder. An altercation between a boy and a workman ends in death for the workman. The boy remembers lifting a knife, but not the actual killing. Did he do it? No. In fact, the dead worker, one John Wilkins, heard screams and ran to offer assistance. Once there, he found the boy unconscious and another workman, Tom Colton, standing unharmed. But Colton, long angry with Wilkins, thought fast and stabbed the man with the boy's knife. He then put his own bandana over Wilkins' face. Quick thinking, however, did not win out. Colton has been unmasked as the murderer. Henry Raymond. Good game mode. Don't do that again. Alright. We got 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and start this mission now. Cat and mouse, I think is what that said. Ooh, I got plenty of money for gang upgrades for when we play again on Thursday. Yeah, normally Wednesdays is D&D night, which is why I'm not streaming, or why I don't stream on Wednesdays. However, D&D did get canceled. So, if y'all see me, if you have me on Discord or Steam and you see me playing games, it's because we're doing a game night with my friends tomorrow instead of D&D. I will not be streaming it. Nikki, did I ever say thank you for that hydrate? Well, I'm gonna just do another one. Anyway, thank you for the hydrate. Nope, not doing that. We're doing this.
For the last time, move on or else.
You cannot
Cat and
frighten
mouse.
me.
Yep, I did read that
I
right.
insist on being heard.
Help Marks avoid the London police. Easy peasy.
Listen to me. I have been ordered to keep your rallies off the streets.
No, you must listen to me. The people in this city are in dire need of your assistance. Oh, you are Jacob Fry, are you not? And Miss Fry?
We're at a disadvantage, sir.
Karl Marx. Much like you, I am an activist of sorts.
You've got the look of a man who wants something.
Indeed. You've done more for London citizens lately than any endeavor has accomplished in a decade. But those citizens were already well provided for. I challenge you both to help those who really need your assistance, the working people.
An interesting challenge. We accept.
Shouldn't we at least talk about these things for... Sod it. We accept.
I am organizing a discreet meeting with some like-minded friends to discuss trades unions. Alas, the police seem to have noticed my activities. They've stuck to me like flies on Scheisel. In any case, I need you to help me get to the meeting without the interference of the police.
I can knock you out and carry you there, and we'll be good. Kill spies with hanging brows. Okay. What the fuck? Why does it do that, dude? Why have I literally been having that? Why is this? I'm sorry. This is an issue I've been having since Assassin's Creed 3. Why is this still an issue? Fucking 5 games later, or 3, Rogue, Unity, Syndicate, 4 games later. Maybe 3, not the point. Too many games later. This should not be an issue at all. Period. Point blank period. Doesn't matter how many games it's been. That pinga, bro. Kill the spies with hanging barrels. That one looks like he's just kind of standing there. Wait. Alright, cool. Now he's gotta find the last spies. Oh, found them. It's raining! Why are you running? Besides the spies being murdered thing. You kind of asked for that, literally.
Tonight, sundown. The usual place.
I'll be there.
You know, I had similar problems with the police in Paris. Well, Paris and Brussels. And also, perhaps Cologne. Our next worthy ally awaits us in a nearby pub. Onwards.
We
No
might
doubt
go a
the
couple of
police
minutes
already
over stream
have
time.
agents stationed within. I'll wait here until the coast is clear.
Okay. This mission might just have 2 parts, it might have 3. We'll find out after I finish this part. I don't know. Spy found. Create Create a faction fight outside the pub to distract the spy. Hey, you.
Today's your lucky day.
I'm your man.
I know assassins did not kill civilians. That's why we're creating a— oh shit! On the bright side, there's no line.
I'm with you. Criminal scum.
You're driving like a maniac!
There he is.
Right. That'll be all.
Wait, hey! I'm being kidnapped. Okay, it did work. I wasn't sure. Yeah, probably because it's raining. I just didn't expect to instantly kill all these people. I'm not gonna lie.
The usual location. 1 hour. Right you are, Mr. Marks, sir.
Oh no, officers. Did you guys kill the cops?
I believe our work
Let's just
here
keep
is
going.
complete. Come, let's slip away and get to the meeting. I do appreciate your assistance in this matter.
The good news is it's only
when
2
workers are
challenges, so
able to assemble
that's that.
freely and in strength, will we be able to achieve the reforms we most assuredly deserve? Might I trouble you to stay nearby until the meeting is over? I fear we may yet meet with some mischief.
I got distracted by the woman and then that guy screaming help, so I have no idea what you said. Something about me sticking around until the meeting's over? Okay. Yay, more murder.
I told you, Marks will be here. Heard it from the man's own lips. Now about my payment. You'll get your 30 pieces, John. Don't you worry.
It seems the movement is ever doomed to be betrayed from within. Will you fetch the gentleman back here?
Yeah, no problem. Hold on. Need some rooks. Oh, I'm going the total wrong way. It doesn't matter, they're being split up anyway. Oh, now it's hijacking. Okay. Can't shoot out the tires, in case anybody's wondering, because they're wheels, not tires. Also, I find it really slow. It's funny that the carriage is slow enough for me to just catch up to it. Just kidding. No, it's not. Gonna borrow this. Okay, thanks.
Are you mad? You're making
How the hell did I kill that cop?
Would be wise to keep quiet.
Okay. Can you put him in a different part? Apparently I can't put him in that one. She just called us a... What are these fuckers up to? Like, hold on. Can I put you in this one? No, I cannot. Oh, these are all awful for kidnapping.
Quite odd.
Rooks.
I wonder what that's about.
Gets me a carriage. I found one. Yeah, this mission kind of works for Jacob. What's up? No, wait. Oh, shit. I forgot to tell the horses to stop. I kind of forgot. No, fuck, now I actually gotta turn around. Hold on. I'm not gonna pull him out of the thing yet. Drive.
Let's go.
Easy does it.
Okay, now...
Are you mad? You're making a big mistake.
Grab you.
Huh?
Oh my gosh. Did I block the only entrance? No, we can go around. But still. No fucking way. And delivery. Kick his ass, children. Or I just talked to you.
Simon, my friend, what possessed you to do this thing? Has the party not taken care of you?
Governor of the Millsea. Any man what joins a union will be put out of work come sunup. How long will the party feed my family for?
If we do not stand together, we are lost. My heart is broken, Simon. Please come. I thank you, my friend. I hope you will continue to aid the struggle when
you,
the
Simon.
opportunity presents itself.
That's all we can get. I don't want to, like, actually screw him over, you know, because he got a family. That's the end of that mission. Yay, cat and mouse. Both challenges completed. Got my rewards. Just totally useless XP, but the money's good. Alright. That's where I'm going to end it for today. We're like a minute away from stream time ending, but I'm calling it there because I got things to do.